Hey, what's up guys, Nothin But Boom, and today I am super excited because my task force just took down Operation Powder Keg. So, we tried this one before countless times, and we weren't able to take it down for some weird reason. We had one base left all the time, and so today we're going to go ahead and review the attacks that took down these bases. So the first one, we have these two guys that come in, and they help us out. They're these really high level guys. They have max. One of them has max tanks and heavies, and then the other one has max. So it's kind of like a heavy Zuka, just heavy tank. And then the other guy has max warriors, so it actually really helps out. So we have Robin Pavel. So this is the guy with max heavies and tanks. Rob's level 53, and he decided to attack Quay. So as you can see, you have that power core in the middle. He decided to go ahead once again and use the heavy tank strategy, so the tank is just kind of subbed in for the Zukas, because they do have a ton of firepower and actually a good amount of health as well. So tanks go ahead and wipe out that flamethrower. It does do a little bit of damage, but since they're max level, it really doesn't do much. And he's gonna basically try to get them to the back back area over here so he could snipe the HQ. So as you can see, he's walking up this right side. This is basically what they do in the high level task forces. They don't worry about the shock launchers. They just use a bunch of heavy Zuka or heavy tank attacks, and they try to take the base down. So here we go with this one. Goes ahead and uses the smoke to protect those tanks there, and then here we have the heavies coming in first, and then you have the tanks coming in after. As you can see, he's using the artillery, actually a triple hit there to take out those two cannons and the machine gun. Heavies are just going to work on the power cells before the tanks even get there, but they are max level, so they can do a pretty good amount of damage. Actually, before, I'm not sure if it's a really good attack strategy now, but I remember back in the beta, just all heavies was a pretty good attack strategy. You could destroy Terra with it, but then they buffed Terra, so you couldn't really anymore. So, yeah, that's just a little background knowledge. Let's go ahead and keep moving on. As you can see, the heavies are kind of surrounding the tanks. Tanks are in the middle. They're just kind of parking up, taking out all these buildings surrounding them. Heavies are getting a little sidetracked over there, so he goes ahead and throws a flare, getting them into that, area where the snipers are their main priority, and then you want to get the flamethrowers as well. So he goes ahead and lets those tanks just kind of move forward, shocks the flamethrowers, and it looks like there's a flare there, so the shock bomb logo or the shock bomb timer went a little bit to the right, which is that new update at work. And now we have the tanks just kind of moving in on that HQ. You have the flare to reposition them to try to snipe that HQ. The mortars are still going to be a problem, as you can see, but I think he goes ahead and regroups them one more time because they're being really stubborn. They want to split up. As you can see, they're going to take out that sniper, and he goes ahead, flares them again to get them out of the way of the mortar as much as he can, because he'd rather have the single shot snipers than the mortars doing splash damage to everything. So he goes ahead, flares back up there, and he lets the tanks go to work. So now the mortar's out of range. Shock launcher's in range of the heavies, but it's not hitting the tanks, so the tanks are just digging into that HQ. Let's go ahead and speed it up. The max level tanks, the max level heavies are at work. Shock launcher is the main priority of the shock launcher is the heavies. Really should have been the tanks, but that is the beauty of that strategy. And Quay was just soloed by Rob. So awesome attack. Then we have Pavel. He's level 56. He's max warriors. His goal is to take out as many rocket launchers as he could. So he goes in, he throws a double barrage on these three in the middle here. And I believe he's able to actually take these out, as well as these ones in the corner. So let's see what he does. A couple more artillery to take him out. The max level artillery, which I believe he has, does 5,048 damage, if I don't have that wrong. But anyway, he's going to go ahead and drop his warriors. As you can see, there's all of those 68 warriors on the level 20 landing crafts going to work. I believe he has all level 20. And then he's going to go ahead and shock bomb those rockets. He's going to let them attack those power cells for a little bit of self-heal, I'm guessing that was the reason for. And then you're going to go ahead and use 2 more smokes to get them up to that rocket. So he obviously didn't need more than that. If they were level, maybe 7, I would definitely smoke them. And I actually think the rockets would probably destroy them before they even got to the rockets, but that's besides the point. So he goes ahead. He knows exactly when to flare. He throws the flare right when the smoke goes because he knows that the rocket's only a one-shot. Goes ahead, flares all the way back to let the warriors get even more self-heal. So here they go. By the time they get to this one, they're all going to be healed up back to full health. As you can see here, that's one of the beauties of the warriors. They can just save themselves mid-battle if you have some of those extra buildings, especially in these operation attacks. So as you can see, all of them, almost, yeah, it's basically all of them are at full health. You can see the green, he actually flares them over here as well. They're going to start going to work on here, and this is going to top off all of their health. And I believe from there he's going to go ahead and flare and try to get these rockets up here. So as you can see, he's going to go ahead and flare up. They're going to run through those mines, but he's not really worried because he knows how much they do to the warriors. And he's going to go ahead and use some smokes to get him to that top area there. Boom cannon wouldn't be too much of a problem, but he does use them. He goes ahead and throws the smoke, but the smoke is a little bit off, and so the rockets kind of pummel into him. By the time they get to the HQ, he has like 7 or 8 rocket launchers pummeling onto him, so he's only able to weaken that one, but it is heavily weakened. So let's go ahead and move on to this next one here. You have Zozer. I think I'll do all the ones for Blast because that was the hardest one. But then I'll just do the destroyed ones for the other ones. So, as you can see, you have 2 smokes right off the bat on the beach. And then I think he wanted to take out these, but then those, because I remember these weren't really a threat to our plan. But anyway, let's see what he does. Okay, so the smoke wears off. Rockets are just in range, so he goes ahead and throws that shock bomb on them. Then they're going to go ahead and start going to work. He goes ahead and leaves that rocket there, flares to the sniper, and then he flares to that middle rocket with using 2 more smoke, I believe, yeah. Alright, so now he's on that rocket. Now he has to go ahead and shock bomb like these rocket launchers, the shock launcher, so he goes ahead and does that. And actually, that's a 5-building shock bomb, probably one of the best I've seen in a while. And they're able to take down that first rocket, but from there they just kind of get ripped up by the rocket launchers. And, I mean, that's expectable. No level warriors, as you can see in the last one, those were maxed, and they got taken out pretty easily, too. So, no warriors can withstand that much rocket fire. So, there was Zozer attacking Blast. So, I said I would do all the Blast ones. So, here's another Blast. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. So, you have TK 2.0. He's actually a YouTuber. And as you can see, he's going to go ahead and use 4 artillery. It would only be 2 for me, so his artillery must be pretty low level because it does take him 4 to do it. I was expecting 3 at max, but it was 4. He's going to go ahead and flare up to those snipers once they take out those power cells. He's going to take them out, and then he's going to move, I believe, to try to take out these rockets up here. And this is actually one where the rockets just start pummeling into him, and it's a sheer example. It is kind of a fail, but I'm going to show the sheer power of the rocket launcher and how you can't underestimate it, especially in operations, because they are heavily buffed. So as you can see, as he's running here, there's 8 rocket launchers staring him down, and he does not use enough smoke. In fact, he uses no smoke to get there. And then when they finally get to the rocket, he has barely enough left, and they're able to weaken that down to about half health. So, it was very unfortunate. You just have to use a lot more smoke. I think he did not have enough gumbo energy to do so. But here's another attack on Blast, and let's go ahead and see what Play Lever does. So, he's going to go ahead and flare over, and then he's going to just move to this cannon as a rally point. He's going to do the same thing. And flare all the way up here, and then use more smoke, though, to get to these rockets. And that's going to allow him to have warriors left when they get unshock bombed. And they're going to allow him to take out these 2 rocket launchers up here, but that is going to be about it. He's going to go ahead and flare down, but the rocket launcher fire is going to kind of murder him before he even gets there. So, that was another attack on Blast. Let's see. None have been destroyed since that, but now we have a destruction. I'm going to go ahead and just throw all of the ones of the same baseline here, just so you guys can see it, just so you don't get confused with multiple bases. So as you can see, same one. He wanted to take out as many of these rockets as possible. Obviously, he's going to go ahead and flare to the boom cannon, flare these mortars, just using those as rally points. Now he's on to the rocket launcher. Those mines are going to do a great deal, but he is going to be able to take out this one, and I think maybe this one up here. So he is able to take out that one. He does not flare up to that one. In fact, he doesn't flare at all. And so they're able to get that second rocket launcher down to about half health. So the biggest thing I think I say is like flare right as the smoke wears off, because by the time the flare gets all the way back there, the Warriors are going to be done with that building, and so, or at least so you can destroy it with an artillery or two. So that's my biggest advice. These two didn't really do much. I'll go ahead and do this one. I'm gonna watch Terminators, just because I don't think I saw this one, but I remember the one before it didn't do too much. Alright, so this is Terminator 007. He's also a YouTuber. And he's going to go ahead and move in on the rocket, and then I think he's going to go to the shock launcher. I'm not sure. No, he's going to take out the rocket, and then flare the flamethrower, which he should have used more smoke than he did, because the flamethrowers in there is going to do insane splash damage and rip him up. He's going to go ahead and flare over the shock launcher. It's not going to be able to fully take it out, but as the smoke wears off, he's going to not have enough for a shock bomb, so it's just going to be able to take it out down to about maybe 3/4 health. And so now we're going to move on to this one. This was a heavy Zuka attack, and he's going to go ahead and go, I believe he's going to be able to take out the rocket. Yeah, one more artillery, and then he's going to use heavy Zuka up the left side here. He's going to go ahead and flare over. I don't think I actually saw this one, so let's go ahead and watch this one. He's going to go ahead and shock bomb those boom cannons, looks like, to keep them subdued so they don't take out too many heavies. One more, and then he's good. That's actually a fourth one, so that's probably all the gumbo energy he has. Goes ahead, throws a med kit. He's able to take out those. Now the mortars are kind of staring down his Zooks for a second there, but he's able to take out the mortars. He's able to take out, looks like, this cannon, and then he retreats for some reason. So one thing I say is never retreat, but he is new, so I will talk to him about that a little later. Here we have extra, so as you can see, this is going all the way to the end. Actually, the last attack was ballast, but the second attack in the entire operation was ballast as well. So we worked on this throughout the entire operation. This one, as you can see, let's see what he does actually. Alright, so we have 1, 2. He's gonna go ahead and move to those snipers, and then from there, I believe he wants the rockets, right? So one more, and you guys are gonna love this last attack because it's Craig, who has max rifleman. He just completely wipes bases. I haven't seen it actually yet, so we're gonna watch it together. As you can see, shocks the shock launcher and the boom cannons, which are most important. As you can see, looks like they're gonna be able to take out this rocket. He smokes again to keep them safe for as long as possible without getting shot by any more defenses. As the smoke wears off, they're gonna go ahead and do their swinging, but they're only going to be able to get it down to about half health. And then the second to last attack on ballast was by Chaos Carl. As you can see, he's going to move to the machine gun, then to these mortars, and then to the rocket launchers, which were obviously his primary goal, because then we'd most likely be able to take it out. And then he's going to go ahead and throw shock bombs. He's going to let the Warriors go to work. There's 2 swings, and then they're going to split up onto those 2 rocket launchers. He's going to be able to take out that one below it, but it looks like it might be a little tough to take out this one here, just because there's so many flamethrowers on it. But he is going to get it down to the point where you probably 1 or 2 artillery are going to be able to go onto it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this last one, obviously by Craig on ballast. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you because it's awesome. So here's level 20, and let's see what happens. So he's going to go ahead and, looks like, barrage that area of rockets. He's going to go ahead and get rid of the rockets with artillery. Even though it does take him a bunch, he really does need to get rid of them to finish off the space. So here's the swarm of riflemen. I believe it's like 147 or something. He's just kind of rolling up the beach. Finally gets them all the way to the back. And at this point, he's probably running out of time. This is 1:20, so he probably destroys it before the 4 minutes. So he doesn't use all of his time, which is actually really impressive. He flares them all the way to the corner, lets them take out all of these power cells, And now he's going to probably go ahead and move on from this corner of the HQ. So let's go ahead and see what he does. Let those riflemen, max riflemen, completely wipe through the base. And now he's going to go ahead and move in. He's going to get rid of the shock launcher. He's going to get, or not the shock launcher, the sniper. He's going to wipe the MG. He's going to wipe the mortar. Just does not do enough damage to take out all of those rifles. So it is going to get off one more shot, which is going to be deadly to like 3 guys. But after that, he's going to be able to throw a medkit. Flamethrowers are going to be able to target those bottom guys, but those core guys right here are going to be able to wipe out that HQ. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, goes Ballast, which was like the hardest base in that operation. So I am really excited that we actually were able to destroy this base. This is Borderline. I said I would show you guys all of them. So here's Borderline. It's already low on health. This was actually the easiest one. In our opinion, we only needed 2 attacks on it. One to take out the just these front buildings, and then another one to just wipe out the HQ. Boom, it goes down by Fizza, probably one of our best hookah attackers in the task force. And then we have Mac destroying Bonanza, and that was the last base. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. It's going to be a flank, actually, all the way around the right side. He's going to go ahead and move his troops all the way around. And those Zookas are going to get wiped out, but it is not going to affect him, obviously. He's going to move all the way up over here. The mortars aren't going to be able to see him because he's flaring very well. Now he's going to go ahead and move diagonally onto the HQ. And that's the best spot for the Zookas to be able to snipe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Lightning strike to the sky. Smoke coming out of the HQ. Awesome new effects, goes down Bonanza. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you liked the video, leave a like down below. That's 415 out of 415 points for us. So we are really excited to see where we are. So we are at 3,400, which isn't awful. I remember this one point we were at 800 something, but we would just need higher level guys to get in there. Looks like Boom Tramp's clan is in 2nd, and Landfills is in 18th. Naked Knights is 38, which is awesome. So, lots of YouTubers in the top, as you can see there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. For all things Boom Beach, you guys know what to do. Keep fresh and chill. Play to another but Boom. I'm Matt, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.